Well, hello there, Amanda. Welcome to the podcast.
TikTok Tucker today.
Ooh.
We made something called silly chili. It
Yeah.
involves squeezing soft sausages into stiff cannoli tubes.
Mm.
They look like terrible wedding night videos for the elderly.
I don't know when you're watching these, but enough about your home sex tapes.
We also discussed Tales of the Perm. Actor and writer William McGuinness wrote a hilarious story about a perm he got in the 70s. And perms are terrible. You go in wanting a soft, curly Meg Ryan, Olivia Newton-John style perm, and you come out looking like your aged great aunt. What goes wrong with the perm?
It appears we sort of broke the internet slightly over our comments over Milk Boy. Remember Milk Boy, the kid that threw the milk on those poor young ladies down in Melbourne? We'll talk about that on our podcast.
Prime Minister joined us on the show today.
Yeah.
Also in our pub test, a concert, the Pandemonium concert, has been arranged for months to be in the Domain on Anzac Day. Suddenly the government's gone, hang on, you can't have that in the Domain on Anzac Day. Is it fair enough that they should scrap it? What do you think?
Enjoy our podcast.
Everybody online.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda
Miss Keller. Amanda.
doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy.
We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio. Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there. Jonesy and Amanda are here. It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Well, hello there, Amanda. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very well.
I've got a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
I know that a couple of years ago, and we've spoken about it since, you found a cooked chook in a shopping trolley at the shops and took it home. I saw on your Instagram last night you found a bag of groceries.
Yeah.
And did we shame you into not taking it home? Because you've tried to do the Lord's work by being Robin Hood with it.
We're out to dinner with the family, which is nice. We're at an Indian restaurant in Janelle. It's called Moksha. It's a nice place.
Is it mocking your bowels this morning?
No. What the?
Mocks you after a couple
I've
of
had
hours?
a situation where Moksha, when I've gone too hard on the vindaloo, and I tell you right now, it's just not pretty. But great food. Anyway, someone's come along there. They've bought a bunch of shopping, and they've got some groceries, and they've got some takeaway, and they've left one bag behind.
Right.
And then one of my kids was outside having a vape, as the kids all do these days, and they came in with this bag. And I said, well, what's this about? They said, oh, someone's left that here. And I said, what do we do with it? So I looked inside the bag.
Is there a chicken?
But there was no perishable foods in there. There was just all cleaning products. A lot of cleaning products.
Right.
Probably about $40 worth of cleaning products. I said, that's about $40 worth of cleaning products. That'd be a shame to lose that. And then we agonised about what to do. Because I wouldn't keep it. You know, the poor person, man or woman, has left that behind. They've had a big day.
Well, wouldn't you
getting
just
home
leave
with
it at the
food.
restaurant? Because if I was getting some takeaway and I remembered that's where I had all my bags, I'd go back there for
Well,
it.
we spoke about that. But the person might not come back because they might not realise, because they might have put that shopping down in different places. Do you know what I mean? They might have thought they just left it at Woolies. So what I did do was take a picture of the bag.
It's just a plain Woolies bag.
Woolies bag.
Oh, that's mine.
Yeah, it didn't say what was in it, and then I went down to the Woolies.
Well, you have now.
Yeah, but I still haven't said what's in it.
Right.
I went down to the Woolies. I said to the lady, can you put this behind the counter? And I explained the whole thing to her. And she said, well, okay, yeah, for sure. And then I put a post on my Instagram. You know, I've got some followers. And then that goes onto Facebook. There's some followers. You know, it might become one of those things, you know, like Tank's Good News. Man saves person from...
Not cleaning.
Then again, maybe it's a serial killer stuff.
Oh, so now they're going to turn up and be labelled as serial killer. All the lime that was in there for burying a body.
There was duct tape. There was all this stuff.
Can I just question your logic for a minute? Mm. If I got home, all my groceries and my takeaway, and I went, I've left a bag, I would never go back to Woolies for it. I'd probably go to the restaurant or phone the restaurant and say, "Did I leave it there?" Mm. I would never assume that Woolies would hold it for me, because every day there must be people who leave bags behind. They're not going to hold them for you, but a restaurant might.
Well, this is all good information now.
So you've taken it from the useful place and taken it somewhere else.
But this person, he or she, might have stopped at many different places. What if they went to the tobacconist next door? What if they went to Crazy Clint's?
Do you think Woolies holds on to your shopping bags if you go home every day? That must happen a million times.
Yeah,
People leave their shopping bag. Have you found it? Have you found my bag?
I think they would. Well, you know what? When they open, whenever that is, we'll ring them and see what happened. We'll get an outcome to this.
They're not going to confess to just taking it home or putting it back on the shelves.
Oh, do you reckon they do that?
Of course they would. That would be their policy.
Hang on.
They don't, Woolies isn't going to have a giant lost and found thing. Oh, please, I left some Windex here a year ago. Is it still here?
That should be my stuff because I put it.
So you're saying if it hasn't been claimed, you should keep it?
Oh, it should be all my cleaning products, wouldn't you think? You know, like Woolies make a poultice.
So do you?
They didn't have to sell Australia Day merch this year. I know they're struggling. Well, this is an interesting experiment. Maybe we should. What time do they open? Gen Y Rye?
They open around 7, don't they,
What
Woolies?
time do Woolies Janelli Metro open?
I don't know.
Well, just have a look. It was Gen Y Rye's birthday yesterday.
You know, Gen Y
And he didn't
Rye,
tell us.
we were horrified that we didn't know.
Yeah.
Did Dad try and poison you with a family dinner last night?
No, I couldn't be bothered telling you guys because last year when it was my birthday, you guys gave me a big bowl of fruit as a present.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then I was going to take the day off, but then you put it to the pub test.
Oh.
Can Gen Y Rye take his birthday off? And then all your boomer listeners were having a big whinge.
Give him more fruit. Throw it at him.
What time?
So I just couldn't be bothered.
No, fair enough. Well, happy birthday for yesterday.
Yeah, thanks. My mum and dad got me really good presents. So
What'd you get?
they're giving me a root canal.
Oh,
Okay, there you go. Dental work.
it's expensive.
That's good to
They
get
had to
dental
save up.
stuff.
That's Christmas and birthday.
What time does Woolies Metro?
It'll be 7, I bet.
I think it's 8 a.m.
8?
8? No.
Janelli Metro?
Yeah?
Yeah, today 8 a.m. I'm pretty sure. Waiting
Oh, you've got to wait that long to go and claim all your stuff, Brendan.
Oh, no. It's 7. It's 7 a.m.
7 a.m. Good. Well, we'll find out because that stuff's mine if no one claims it. And you have to identify exactly what products were in that bag.
Yeah, before the big Richie guy on the radio takes it home for himself.
Big Richie. Mate, it's 'cause he lives, okay?
Yeah.
We're all feeling the pinch.
Is that your new radio name?
Speaking of 'cause he lives, coming up on the show today, Anthony Albanese.
The Prime Minister is going to be here to answer all our searing questions.
Yep. Question 1 of the Magnificent Seven, though.
FaceTime is a feature on which brand of phone?
Jam Nation. We have for you the Magnificent Seven. There are 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say.
Have you lost some cleaning products? Because a big Richie radio guy is ready to claim them.
But it's about getting question 7 right. Maybe we should bring back Lost and Founds. They used to do that on 2WS back in the old days.
Yeah, well-
Funeral announcements, Lost and Founds, all that
I've
stuff.
lost some spray and wipe.
I lost a relative. Well, you've got the funeral announcement and the Lost and Found. They used to do lost dogs, seriously.
I know. I love hearing about lost dogs. I love hearing found dogs. I like hearing a good resolution. We should bring it back and make everyone happy.
Jay is in Blacktown.
Hello, Jay.
Hi, Jonesy. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Very well. FaceTime is a feature on which brand of phone?
Apple iPhone.
That's exactly right.
One of the greatest achievements by any sportsman, Donald Bradman's career Test batting average is famously what?
What's his batting average?
Really good.
Century?
No, it's very specific.
Very specific. And apparently, I was reading some stats about it. For another cricketer to come along to do this, it's going to take another 200 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see if Jamie knows the answer. Hello, Jamie.
Good morning, guys.
Don Bradman's Test batting average, what is it?
I think it's 99.97.
Oh, look, let's give that to you. It's 99.94.
Yeah. That's extraordinary, isn't it?
Amazing. That's your average. So if you can have some that are 20 and 24, you must have others that are way above
Who's
that.
our
But that's
best
your
batter
average.
right now?
Would it be Steve Smith?
It was Steve Smith. What's his average? Gem Y Rye, sorry to overtax
look,
you. Oh, come on, just, I know.
We've got questions
Well,
to
I'm
get
just,
through
I'm just
before the
unless
news.
Jamie knows. Do you know Jamie?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you repeat
Who's
it,
that? Is Steve Smith our best batsman at the moment? We're just trying to find out what our best...
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Steve Smith's batting
What's
average.
Steve Smith's batting
So
average?
I already know what it is. I don't know why
What
I'm
is it?
asking Jamie. It's 60 as an opener. It's 60
okay.
as an opener.
60?
As an opener. I don't know what the other
Don Bradman was an opener, I assume.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, mate.
Let's play Melancholy Mix-Up, Jamie.
We'll mix them up.
This is a happy song that by changing the tempo and a couple of the sort of the chords, it's been turned into a sad song. What is this famous song, Jamie?
So many relationships in this life, only one or two will last. Go through all the pain and strife, to turn your back and they're gone so fast. And they're gone so fast. So hold on to the ones who really.
It's beautiful.
Any ideas there, Jamie?
I love that. Do you know what the song is?
Oh, no, the song, I'm sorry, I can't get it. Sorry.
It's interesting, isn't it, that you do know the song, but just changing it into a sad song, it's so hard to pick.
Do you know?
Jonesy and Amanda. Sam Nation. Podcast.
We're into the Magnificent Seven. We find ourselves with question number 3. It's Melancholy Mix-Up.
This is a song that's happy, chirpy, you know it, one of the most famous pop songs in the world, but it's been mixed up a little to sound a little melancholic. Have a listen.
So many relationships in this life, only one or two will last. Go through all the pain and strife, to turn your back and they're gone so fast.
Girlfriend, you've made that your own.
It's a beautiful version.
That's my Marsha impersonation.
I liked it very much. Ange is in Riverview. Hello, Ange. Do you know the song?
Yes, hi. It's Bop by Hanson.
Yes, it is.
Very good.
Let's get to question 4. Over to you, Brendan.
Disney Buddies is a film franchise based on a sports playing what? Is it A, a chimpanzee, B, a horse, or C, a dog?
I don't know anything about it, but I'm just guessing it's a chimpanzee.
No, it's not. You think? Jennifer's in Janali. Hi, Jennifer.
Good morning, Josie and Amanda. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
You didn't lose a bag of groceries yesterday, Jennifer, did you?
No, I didn't.
Right, okay.
Jonesy found some.
I found some
in
groceries
Janali,
in
and rather than
Janali.
leaving them where they were lost, he took them back to the shop, thinking the
took them
person
back
would
to
go to
Woolies.
Woolies saying, "Did I leave my groceries
Yeah, that's
here?"
the natural thing, and I posted it on my Instagram. I've done everything that I can possibly do.
You've defied logic with your thinking.
Not really.
Anyway.
If you mean defying by embracing logic, then I have certainly defied.
Yeah. Do you want to wrap that sentence up?
Anyway.
Disney Buddies is a film franchise based on a sports-loving horse or dog, Jennifer?
I think it's a dog.
It's a dog.
George R.R. Martin is the author of which series?
Can I give
don't know.
I'll give you a clue because we're running out of time. Oh, it's gone now.
Jennifer's gone.
Tony-
Tony's in Seven Hills.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Good morning. How are you going?
Very well. Do you need a clue? George R.R. Martin is the author of which series?
Game of Thrones?
Yes, there you go.
What does it mean if you're crying crocodile tears?
You're telling a fib, you're lying.
No. Jamie's in Schofields. Hi, Jamie.
Howdy.
What are you doing if you're crying crocodile tears?
Just, you're looking for sympathy.
Yeah, you're milking
just
it.
faking it, Yeah.
Faking it.
Very
You're
good,
faking
Jamie.
it.
Yeah. What year did Anthony Albanese become our Prime Minister, Jamie?
That would be 2022, wasn't it?
Yes,
was
it was.
2022. Look at
He's on the
Jamie.
show today.
Congratulations, mate. He is on the show today. Anything you'd ask the Prime Minister, Jamie?
More money.
Okay.
Are you for or against the tax cuts?
Actually, for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, good.
Good to hear.
So I'm going to say, oh, Jamie wants more money. Congratulations, you won the Jam Pack, mate. 2 tickets to the Red Hot Summer Tour at Bella Vista Farm. Tickets on sale now from Ticketmaster. A family pass to Pixar Putt, Australia's favourite mini golf. Tickets at pixarputt.com.au. And Jonesy and Amanda Coach to choose for the colour and some Staedtler pencils. Carry on about your business, Jamie.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
It's just blow your mind. Amazing. I think they like it. I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
Okay, smarty pants.
Show me what you got.
The Jalmanac is our big book of musical facts. On this day in 1991, Elton John and George Michael released their hit "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me." As we know, the song was originally written by Elton John. But during a concert at Wembley Stadium, George Michael joined him and they decided to release the live duet with great success.
But that wasn't an impromptu thing, was it? Just when you said that, decided to, because it sounded fantastic.
Yes, no, I think they would have planned all
they would
that.
have planned
It wouldn't
it.
have just been, hey, here's my mate in the crowd, come on up. Here's my first year school teacher, come on up and sing a duet with me.
I've often wondered about those when they get someone on stage.
No, those musicians are too professional to just be casual about it.
I went and saw Guns N' Roses a few years ago, 2015.
And Nicky Webster got up?
And did Strawberry Kisses. They started playing Riff Raff, the AC/DC song Riff Raff. My brother said, gee, that's a pretty good rendition of Riff Raff. Sounds just like Angus Young. And I went, because that is Angus Young. He was wearing no school uniform, though. It was a mufti day.
He was out after because Mum had to put it through the wash.
But obviously they would have planned that.
Of course. Well, just last year, Elton dedicated a special version of this song for George Michael when he performed at Glastonbury.
Very special day today. And I wondered how I was going to approach it. One of Britain's most fantastic songwriters, singers, artists was George Michael. He was my friend. He was an inspiration. And today would have been his 60th birthday. So I want to dedicate this song to his memory. And all the music that he left us with, which is so gorgeous, is for you, George.
Oh, the crowd just goes off. He died, just how he's so young.
He's only 60.
Well, he died well before he was 60.
Yeah, how old was he when he died?
I don't know. It's just so sad. Anyway, let's rejoice in the duet that is Elton and George.
22-7, WSFM.
Jam Nation.
First there was Egg Boy, now there's Milk Boy. Everyone by now has seen this TikTok kid throwing a litre of milk over these young ladies who are enjoying a nice boat ride on the Yarra River.
He was in the bridge above them and threw milk over them.
And he said, oh, you want milk? And they said, no, we don't. And he threw it anyway.
Yeah, and then he's filmed all this because he does this for TikTok.
Yeah, as a practical joke, but it's not even a joke. It's just being
it's being an idiot. And then he said, well, they went to the police. They did all kinds of stuff. And the consequences have touched him now. Yeah. And he has said, this isn't fair. You've ruined my life for one ruined day. I now have a police record. My parents are involved. The school wants to expel me. You've taken it too far. We've discovered he's not 13. He's in year 11. That'll make him 15,
really?
16. Well old enough to not be a friggin' idiot.
Yeah. Tensions have run high on this.
Well, here's some of the stuff we said yesterday.
If you're going to be a little asshole, you're going to get the consequences, mate. So you reap what you sow. Sure, the courts can't touch you, but someone's going to punch you in the head. And when you've got your broken nose and your busted teeth, you go, maybe I won't do that.
This is the modern version of broken nose and busted teeth. Your school finds out, your parents find out, and police get involved.
Mate,
you're 13. Kids are going to have pranks when they're 13, but if you're going to film it and put it on TikTok, here are the consequences.
And they're the consequences, and I'm sure you'll get past it and you'll have a great life, but it'll be something that you hopefully teach your children when they get older.
Got some interesting comments on this. A lot of people wanted to talk about this on our socials yesterday.
Yeah, it went crazy.
I like this one. I'm not usually for piling on kids or for making genuine mistakes or a bit of a misspent youth because we've all been there once. But this fella has done this for internet likes and praise, then doubled down after being held accountable. You'll be okay, mate, if you learn from this lesson. Stop being a little shit and do some growing up.
Yeah, I like that. What was your favourite? My favourite comment out of all of it was just F around and find out. I think that speaks volumes.
I like this one. The dildo of consequences rarely arrives lube. There's a life lesson.
Suck it up, kid.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
podcast.
To the kitchen, Batman.
You hungry?
Starving.
It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it.
Ever fancied a mouldy, bacteria-infested slab of meat?
Not a bad tucker, though.
Just fall off the bone.
That's what gets results.
Don't eat too much, though. Tends to give you diarrhea.
TikTok Tucker is where we make food from TikTok and we eat it.
This is one I saw this week called Silly Chili.
Ooh.
And what we do, first of all, is we get some cannoli, which is like big, it's pasta with a big hole in it.
Pasta tubes.
Pasta tubes. I've been called worse. And you put a sausage inside each one. Now, the picture I saw, the sausage was like a frankfurter. These are sausages, so I've got to
it's a bit
twist
limp,
them.
that sausage.
It looks like Lang Hancock's wedding night. That goes. So what I do is I put these little sausages inside this tube.
Thanks for the mental image. Actually, you're quite adept with that.
Let's do it.
Because it is, as I said.
Oh
dear.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Anyway, look, let's just...
Now, what are you doing?
I'll go in from the other end.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said. All right, I'll just do 2 of these because I started them a bit earlier because they're fiddly. So sausage goes in the cannoli tube.
Right. What sort of sausages are those out of curiosity, Mum?
Just beef. And now, have a look. See how many more I've done down here?
I don't want any beef with you.
So, we've got these here now. So, what I do, so I put sausages inside these cannoli tubes.
Yep.
I put them inside a baking tray. So, we line them up. So, we've got sausages inside cannoli tubes in our baking tray.
Yep.
Then this is unusual. You put string cheese. You know these stringers?
Yeah, you give them to the kids.
They give them to the kids.
You give them to the kids.
They
in their little
go
lunchbox.
on top.
So they don't get calcium deficiencies.
Okay, Brendan. So what happens now is we put these cheese stringers on top of these, on top of the cannoli in the little gaps there. Next up, 2 cans of chili, not exotic birds from the Amazon, 2 cans of chili meat.
Oh, the stag chili. I love that stuff. Oh, yeah.
That
when
smells...
I was at art school, I used to eat that a fair bit.
Did you, Brendan?
Taking.
I need a spoon of some arrangement to smooth it down.
Let me get you a spoon. Let me get you a spoon.
Grab one. So that gets munched along. Thank you, Brendan. You're wearing a white shirt, which is unfortunate.
Well, I've got an important meeting today, so what could possibly go wrong?
All right, so we spread the chili over the top.
Yep.
Then I add a cup of water.
I like how you're reading the recipe for this.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? Do you think I just have this in my head?
It's not like you're making a souffle.
Shut your neck. Then we put some diced onions on top.
Yep. Oh, it's quite the smell.
Diced onions go on top. Now, weirdly, this gets... Because that just looks like, well, that's sausage inside some pasta and chili. But then we squeeze this mustard all over the top.
You've got...
Classic yellow mustard, and I saw how they did it. Pardon?
French's mustard. It's really good.
Oh, yuck. And then I'll put some mustard on. So that goes all along there. Then this one, then the tomato sauce. This won't be as far.
How old are you?
Here we go. Tomato sauce. So it's what we've done. Are you paying attention?
I am.
We've put mustard, we've put tomato sauce, then we cover this with grated cheese.
Great. How good is grated cheese, by the way?
This looks like heartburn, doesn't it? This is the epitome of heartburn.
I could eat it now.
So what we've got, let's reiterate, Brendan. Yep. We've got some sausages that went into a cannoli tube.
Yep, the langs we like to call them.
The langs, we put stringy cheese on top.
Yep.
We put chili meat on top, diced onions, mustard, tomato sauce, cheese. If you open the oven, it's a going in.
Okay. And you got your oven set to what time?
To what time? 1950. It's 180 for 25 minutes. So this is called silly chili.
Yep.
And we'll see how we go.
I'd like to go back to 1950 when the women were more compliant.
Would you, Brendan? Of course you would.
Well, I'm looking forward to sampling this.
Jam Nation.
We're doing a grab right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Going fast.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Go for the moon. 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right, $1,000.
You can leave with $1,000, but we will tempt you. One bonus question, double or nothing.
Lee's in St Mary's.
Hello, Lee.
Hello, how are you guys?
Very well.
Thanks, Lee.
Lee, let's see what we can do for you. 10 questions, 60 seconds. If you're not sure, say pass because we probably have time to come back. Are you ready to start?
I'm so ready.
Lee,
Good.
eyes to the front because here we go. Question number 1. How many sides does a square have?
4.
Question 2. What colour is a ruby?
Red.
Question 3. Picket and chain link are types of what?
Pass.
Question 4. The Arc de Triomphe is found in which country?
Pass.
Question 5. True or false? Carnivores only eat plants.
True.
Oh
my
Lee,
God, no.
you're a
Carnivores eat
carnivore.
meat as well as
Oh my
plants.
God, and it was picket fence.
Yeah, there's a fence. And where would you find the Arc de Triomphe, you think? Arc de
France?
Triomphe? France. I needed to give it more of a French spin.
Lee.
Lee, I'm sorry, but thank you for playing. $100 coming your way.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
So I read an article by William McGuinness. Well, he first spoke about this story from his life on a podcast for The Guardian, and then I read the story in The Guardian. And it's so good. The story is titled 1979, the year my Wendy Sykes' Perm of Love came to grief. And he's talking about how he grew up in Queensland. And he said, the funniest and most terrifying thing happened during the May holidays. My hair was down to my shoulders. I was sent home from school with a letter from one of the sports masters informing my parents that this boy needs a haircut in the appropriate style and length, so he won't be coming back to school until it's cut. William says, my mother used to give us some haircuts all the time, but she was too busy to do it, so she gave me $10 to head down to the shops to get a short back and sides. And
that would have been a bit of money back in 1979.
He's saying here it probably cost about $6, so the $4 for a hamburger and a thick shake or something like that. So he walks in, and where the old Ashley's barbershop was now Ashley's unisex hair salon.
Oh, yeah.
And there was an apprentice. And this was a girl. The apprentice was a girl called Wendy, who he recognised from the Rollerdrome. Now, what was the Rollerdrome, Brendan? Was this
roller skating rink?
It was. So this is when the four. It wasn't blading. It was the four. That was your forte, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was.
You were a roller skater.
So you have to say it with such hate in your voice and disdain. Yes, I was. I liked to roller skate, and at school, sure, the teachers would tolerate our roller skating and pretend that we were doing gym. But we're actually roller skating because...
Your little Linda Ronstadt shorty shorts?
It was a little underground. No, it was,
You were underground
It was a little underground movement of roller skaters. I got a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Well, apparently this was the place to go here as well for William in Queensland. And he'd fallen in love a few years before. He'd just seen her at the Rollerdrome, fell madly in love. So he walks in, sees that she is the apprentice hairdresser. So he says, 3 years later, I walk into Ashley's unisex hair salon for a short back and sides, and I see Wendy, even more beautiful. She smiles at me, and I stare, and she says, hello. She sits me in the chair. She looks at me and says, would you like a perm? Would you like a perm? As she proceeded, I didn't know what a perm was, he says. I just knew I was in love with her. It went on for about 90 minutes, me getting a perm. And I just thought to myself, I'm in so much trouble. It had foils. It had everything. She was doing it as a hairdressing exercise. And when it all came off, my hair just exploded in this sort of auburn beach ball on top of my head.
It looked like a giant afro.
She said, there you go. He said it was the worst hairstyle. It was a tight perm. Those ones that explode. It wasn't a 1980s one. It wasn't. This was like Boogie Nights gone mad.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, my God, I've got a head full of pimples, and I knew I was in trouble. The cost was $27.50. So I said to the guy, I'll give you $10 and I'll come back with the rest. He said, you better come back by 3 o'clock by close of business. He said, oh, my God, I'm going to get killed here. So he walks in and his mother calls out, oh, Jesus Christ. And his father runs in and says, what's happening? And this is what his father said. Christ alive, boy. When I was your age, I was jumping out of planes killing Germans. And for what? He says here the following week was terrible. I had to cut wood for my father to make up for the perm difference. My sister stitched me up saying, your acne, your pimples will be better if you wear a hairnet. So I wore it. I had this effing thing on top of my scalp and my father went ballistic. He'd see me come down in my pajamas and my hairnet and he'd see them. My mother would say, stop it, Colin. He said, but my Wendy Sykes perm of love came to grief when I played a game of club rugby. I was playing third grade. I was a second rower and I ran on with my hair. There was a television show that had recently ended called Welcome Back, Cotter. They had a character called Horseshack. There was a hapless droob with a perm. I got caught in the bottom of the ruck and I heard someone from the opposition say, let's get Horseshack. And my teammates joined in. He said, my perm got pulled every point to the compass. I got up and I thought, is my scalp bleeding? It was a terrible experience. I walked off and stayed in the showers. There was a bloke there, a Fijian fella, who was playing for the team of the seniors of second grade. And he said, William, that hairstyle's not for you. So I shaved it off. At best, I looked like I was recently released from Boggo Road, which is a prison. At best, I looked like a collaborator with the Germans at the end of the Second World War. But that was the end of his perm.
Perms. Did you ever have a perm?
I had a perm. The one thing you can do if you have a broken heart is change your appearance. And the way you can dramatically change your appearance is to get a different haircut.
Yeah.
I once got a perm, thinking it would be like Meg Ryan with those big, loose permy curls. It wasn't. It was tight, like old ladies get when they get their hair set.
Yeah.
That's what my perm was like.
Yeah.
Terrible. And once it's done, What can you do? There it is.
So there's nothing you do other than shave your head?
Other than look like you've been in Boggo Road, that's pretty much all you can do.
Yeah.
So many of us got caught in the trap of the perm, lured in by thinking it'd be attractive, and it just isn't.
Maybe there's something the Tribal Drum would beat for. Tales of the Perm.
You're looking like you just stepped out of a salon.
Yeah, I've got a mate that he dabbled in the perm thing.
How'd it go for him? Mike Brady style, from the Brady Bunch. One season he came back with that big curly hair.
My mate Omo.
Yes.
We're in a band called Bad Element. You remember Bad Element?
Yes.
John Swan of Swanee famously said, Bad Element, but it's like something on your stove that doesn't work. He decided he wanted to look like Mark Gable from the Choir Boys, who had quite the tight perm.
Yeah.
Mullety perm.
But I think Mark Gable's is naturally curly.
Yeah, Omo,
How long did it last? It lasts for ages.
Yeah, so look at him now. You think, okay.
It lasts for ages.
No, well, that's long gone.
Tales of the Perm.
Jam Nation.
The Tribal Drum is beating Tales of the Perm.
You're looking like you just stepped out of a salon.
William McGuinness, famous author, Australian actor, has written a great story, and he's spoken about it on a podcast, about in the 1970s, as a young kid, teenager, fell in love with this girl. He went in to get a slight haircut. Mm-hmm. She was an apprentice and she experimented on him and gave him a perm. He had never heard of a perm before.
Yeah.
Ruined his life.
I remember getting my ear pierced by a girl I was kind of keen on when I was 16 or 17.
How'd that go for you?
A giant inflated ear because it got all infected.
Yeah.
The things you do.
The things you do. Tales of the Perm. Hello, Lauren.
Oh, hi, guys. I'm thinking I've still got PTSD and it was in the 80s.
Oh, tell us about the perm.
I was working in a preschool and the money was tight, but I'd saved, and if I went, I thought I was going to look so beautiful. And I remember going in and I was waiting, and I looked at myself. Oh my God! I had red hair. It was this tight frizz, and chemicals in the 80s, they weren't kind. This thing was tight as, and I cried and I ran home, and my mum said she wouldn't give me the money to try, and they said they had something if you could straighten it. I had to wear a baseball cap for a month, and then the hair would stick out the side like Krusty the Clown.
See, we all wanted the Meg Ryan perm, the soft curls, but it ended up being that tight one that old ladies get.
Poor Laura.
Oh, dear.
Anita's joined us.
Hello, Anita. Tell us about your perm.
Oh, good morning. Mine was an 80s perm as well, sadly. I got braces and I was a bit devo about it, so Mum said as a special treat I could get a perm.
Sure.
And I wanted to look like an Olivia Newton-John, a bit like Meg Ryan, that loose curl.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got it done, came out looking like a dandelion, as everybody else did, and I went back to school the next day, and I walked into class, and I thought, I'm all that in a bag of chips. Walked into class thinking I looked amazing, and everybody just sort of stopped talking. One of the boys stood up, one of the smart asses at school stood up and said, "We need a minute's silence for the loss of Anita's dignity."
Oh. Public humiliation.
Oh.
I'm surprised there's not a class action against perm purveyors of the 80s.
Yeah, it was never as advertised.
Yes, never as advertised.
Like a dandelion.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Is this thing on? Bring it on! Are we locked on?
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Who would actually get a perm? It
I've
seems
got
to
my
be...
hand up. We thought we sold a lie, Brendan.
Yeah, I think the best description is you come out looking like a dandelion.
We were sold a lie because, as we heard before, Olivia Newton-John, Meg Ryan had these beautiful, soft, wavy curls. The perms that we lined up to get, thinking we'd walk out looking like that, were tight Leo Sayer frizz.
You just look like Kath Day Knight.
That's right. And so it wrecked the teenage years for lots of us having these kinds of perms that weren't as advertised. So the Tribal Drum today is beating for Tales of the Perm.
You're looking like you just stepped out of a salon.
Donna has joined us.
Hi, Donna. How was your perm?
Oh, it could have been better. It was a waste of $90, but I was 16 in year 10. And then went to school the next day, and there was a fire during our science class doing a science experiment. So the next day I had to go get a haircut because my hair was burnt.
So your hair got burnt?
Yes, there was the teacher was pouring methylated spirits into a beaker with the Bunsen burner right underneath it. It was a big splash, and my hair got burnt because of the...
Yeah.
Because of the
So
chemicals.
you spent $90 to get a perm and the next day had to go and have it cut because it all got burnt.
Yes.
So, Donna, up until that point, were you happy with the hairdo?
Yeah, it was all right because I would love to have curly hair, but I've got dead straight hair, and I wanted to perm something different. But after that, I would never get a perm again.
No.
Yeah.
You need a fire retardant perm.
You and everyone else in the world. As you do a Michael Jackson in the science class.
Hello, Lisa. Tell us about your perm.
I was like Donna in my teens at high school, and I begged my mum for one of those beautiful, soft, gorgeous-looking perms. Begged and begged and begged her. Anyway, she ended up giving in, took me, we got it done, and it looked fantastic. I absolutely loved it. And it lasted for about 4 days because it wasn't tight enough to stay in. So Mum was a bit cranky about that, so she marched me back to the hairdresser and said, I've paid all this money for this perm. It's lasted less than a week. You've got to do something about it. That was a waste of my money. They said, we can do it again, but we're going to have to do it a bit tighter so it lasts longer. So I ended up with a poodle perm.
Oh, no.
And I spent the next several months washing my hair nearly every day, desperate for it to come out.
No.
Do you
Sadly,
hear what
it
you're
lasted
saying, Liz?
longer.
So it lasted. So the one you didn't want lasted longer.
Oh, no.
Exactly right.
Oh, they were cruel years, weren't they?
Perms.
Sarah, hello. Tell us about yours.
Hi, Jonesy and Amanda. Well, similar time period, 80s, and went in to get a beautiful ringlet perm, kind of like Nicole Kidman in BMX Bandits. Loved it.
Sure.
Anyway, the apprentice put the curlers on and the chemicals came back and started taking the rollers out, but she didn't have to undo the front ones because all of my fringe snapped off, and I ended up leaving looking like Queen Elizabeth.
No! The big high forehead with no fringe.
Yes, horrible. I was mortified. I'll never forget.
As if being a teenager isn't hard
You make
enough.
it harder on yourself.
Oh, no.
You want to look like a time traveller.
Oh, no.
Good on you, Sarah. Thank you. Wow, that's good.
My sympathies to all.
Don't get a perm.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation podcast.
Let's get on down to the Jonesy and Amanda Answer the Pub test. Scrapping a concert on Anzac Day, does it pass the pub test? I was quite excited about the Pandemonium concert. You're going to see Alice Cooper, Deep Purple, Blondie, the Dead Kennedys of all people.
Yeah.
The only problem was it was coming up on Anzac Day.
But this has been in the works for such a long time.
And that's curious. It's all of a sudden people have gone, oh, hang on, we can't do this on Anzac Day in the Domain because you've got, marches going through the city, and Anzac Day has become quite sacrosanct these days, which is good. But having said that, it's not as just open and shut about this because you've got two departments. You've got Chris Minns saying it's not going to happen, and the promoter, Andrew McManus, saying, well, hang on, what's the difference between the concert and a footy game?
And a number of permissions that have been given to get us this far along the track.
This is Chris and Andrew on the news last night.
A rock concert in the middle of the CBD on Anzac Day can't go ahead, and we won't allow it to go ahead.
You've got the football up the road. Is that disrespecting the Anzac? East and St George go head-to-head, 40,000 people. So what's the difference between sports entertainment and music entertainment on Anzac Day? Well, I thought we ticked all the boxes, and I would have hoped that through the support we're giving through Wounded Heroes, and have done so in the past, and through Legacy, that it shows that we're legitimately sincere in our efforts and our thoughts with the returned servicemen.
Lesson learned from the New South Wales government. I'm sorry that it's gone this far.
And I feel for Andrew McManus here because it's hard enough being a music promoter as it is. But he said, and when he refers to injured heroes there, the
Fallen Heroes,
the Legacy charity, he said that he got backing from the Veterans Affairs Minister, Matt Keogh. Andrew says, I've actually had support from the Federal Minister for Veterans Affairs in an email congratulating us on the support of the veterans through Wounded Heroes and Legacy. So they were going to donate a portion of each ticket sale to Legacy. That would have amounted to $200,000, which I hope to think that they would still get that money.
Well, there's a quote also from the Premier saying, I don't think it's appropriate for concerts anywhere in New South Wales on Anzac Day. Certainly big public concerts like this. So he's not just saying it shouldn't be in the Domain, saying it shouldn't be anywhere. But look, this is only a few months away, and this has been in the plan, it's been in the works for ages. What do you think? Scrapping a concert for Anzac Day, does it pass the pub test?
Jam Nation.
You may have seen this on the news last night, and this is a story we spoke about last year. Newington, an elite private boys' school, which is situated in the Sydney suburb of Stanmore. It costs, for a Year 12 student to go there, a Year 12 boy, it costs about $42,000 a year. Post-tax dollars. It's incredible, isn't it?
Cool.
Private schools are very expensive. This has always been a boys' school, but they are making moves to make it co-ed. So this is what they're saying, is that maybe as early as 2026, girls will be admitted to the school. A number of parents were protesting outside the school yesterday.
I'm just afraid that it's all part of this sort of woke, toxic masculinity type palaver that will pass.
I love the opportunities the school provides, and I would hate to see other boys be stripped of that opportunity.
Basically, they've been setting the parents a lie for many years.
Yeah, I tend to agree. You go to a boys' school, it's a boys' school. But these are the times we live in. That happened to the Scouts. They let girls get into the Scouts.
Did they wreck it, Brendan?
I don't know, but then vice versa, would boys be allowed to go into the Girl Guides?
I have two sons who did go to private school, went to boys-only schools. I wished that there were more private co-ed schools. I would have liked a co-ed school for them, but they loved their experience. So I see this through a different lens as well, through the boys' eyes, is that I think co-education is the best thing. And the research shows that boys and girls both aren't affected when it's co-ed. There were early studies that said that girls didn't go as well in maths and things like that or in sport. But by the time you're in senior school, it's, from what I can read here, it's pretty much aligned. The experiences are the same. But why aren't girls' schools being pressured to take in boys?
Yeah.
This has happened to Cranbrook. It's now happening at Newington. And
so
fair
Cranbrook
enough.
co-ed now?
They're about to become co-ed. They've done a lot of work to become co-ed. And the same sort of thing. There were a number of parents who said, I've signed up my son to have a single-sex education. There have been problems at private boys' schools. This is what this is about. That thing about toxic masculinity is about let's try and chip down the sense of entitlement for young men. I understand all of that. But why are girls allowed to keep their single-sex culture and boys are the ones being pressured to change? I, as I said, think co-ed is best, but I can kind of understand, even though parents sound old-fashioned saying, I want a single-sex education for my son.
Yeah.
Why aren't the girls' schools being pressured the same way? And I must say, when I watched the news last night, I lost all sympathy for the argument when I heard this guy.
I'm an old boy at the school, and my son is also an old boy. And the intention was always that I'd have a grandson, but I won't bring him to a co-ed school.
If the worst thing in your world is that your grandson may be sitting alongside some girls at school.
Dude, we're on the brink of World War III.
Read the world,
Come
mate.
on.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I am as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy Demander Arms to the pub test. Today, scrapping a concert on Anzac Day. Does this pass the pub test?
The Pandemonium concert has been in the works for months and months and months. Alice Cooper, Deep Purple, Blondie, all going to be performing on the Domain on Anzac Day. Now, the government has said, hang on, we can't have a concert in the middle of the city on Anzac Day. In fact, we don't want a concert anywhere on Anzac Day.
And this is where I feel for the promoter, Andrew McManus, because he got the go-ahead from the Minister for Veterans Affairs, and he congratulated them on the support of the veterans through Wounded Heroes and Legacy. So they were going to donate money. I don't know if they're going to still do that if it gets moved, but they were going to donate something like $200,000 to Legacy.
Well, here's the Premier and Andrew McManus, the organiser, on the news last night.
A rock concert in the middle of the CBD on Anzac Day can't go ahead, and we won't allow it to go ahead.
You've got the football up the road. Is that disrespecting the Anzac? East and St George go head-to-head, 40,000 people. So what's the difference between sports entertainment and music entertainment on Anzac Day? Well, I thought we ticked all the boxes, and I would have hoped that through the support we're giving through Wounded Heroes, and have done so in the past, and through Legacy, that it shows that we're legitimately sincere in our efforts and our thoughts with the returned servicemen.
Lesson learned from the New South Wales government. I'm sorry that it's gone this far.
What do you think? Does it pass the pub test?
No, it doesn't pass the pub test. It's commercialising something that is quite sacred to Australia and New Zealand. We march in our small community at Wiseman's Ferry, and a concert, no, it doesn't pass the pub test.
Well, come Anzac Day, I will be up at 4 o'clock and I will go to the march and even march on behalf of my great uncle. And all the Anzac procedure, like every year, finishes before 1 o'clock, and then all the shops open as if it's just a normal day. So I can't understand why in the evening or in the afternoon they can't have a concert.
So Anzac Day is about remembering what people have sacrificed before us. A concert is a great way to bring people together, and I'm sure it will be acknowledged at the concert. At least having a concert is a great way to help people remember the significance of Anzac Day.
Yes. Well, didn't they fight for these freedoms? I'm a former soldier and somebody that attends Anzac Day religiously every year. I believe the concert should be able to go ahead in the evenings because soldiers past and present would enjoy it.
There you go.
Well, wait to see what happens with that.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
You hungry?
Starving.
It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. Never fancied a mouldy, bacteria-infested slab of meat?
Not a bad tucker, though.
Just fall off the bone.
That's what gets results.
Don't eat too much, though. Tends to give you diarrhea.
TikTok Tucker. This is where we make food from TikTok and we eat it.
Well, today we're making silly chili. I'll tell you how we got where we are. It's got a cover on it, so we haven't looked at it since it's come out of the oven. It's been cooking since, well, just before 7 o'clock this morning. Cannoli, which is like a big pasta tube, and into that went a soft sausage. It looked like some terrible marital incident.
Yeah.
So we layered those in the tray. I put some, what's that, string cheese? So I put string cheese. You may as well leave it in the packaging because it tastes the same.
That's the stuff you put in the lunchbox for the kids.
That's right. Put that on as well. Cans of chili meat.
Stag chili.
Then we had some diced onions, then squirted mayonnaise, tomato sauce, and then cheese, grated cheese all over the top.
Yeah.
It has now come out of the oven. We've baked it at 180 degrees. Here comes the...
So how long has it been in the oven for?
Probably since about 10 to... It said 20 minutes, but I mean, it said the recipe said 20 minutes. We've gone a bit longer than that.
Right.
Oh.
Well.
Actually, it smells quite delicious.
It smells beautiful.
Okay, we're going to hoe into here.
It looks... There you go. Man is cutting stuff up again with a knife.
I wonder how the sausages cooked inside.
Yeah.
I'm left-handed, which makes this...
I know. I just can't watch you cut stuff. It's like that chef from the Muppets. It's like someone else has got control of your hands.
Okay. Well, it'd be around your neck if I had a chance.
You get so tense at TikTok Tucker time.
Here you go.
Well, that's a lot of carbs.
Do you think that the sausage is cooked? That's for you, and I'll give one to Ryan.
Well, it's your birthday. This is your birthday.
It's my birthday yesterday.
Well, you didn't mention it. Why didn't you mention it?
You guys forgot.
I didn't.
Okay, stop you two. Just eat. Thank you.
Why it's got veggies on it?
Actually,
that's
a garnish. It's a garnish. It's a sprinkle
garnish,
of.
mate.
That's
Each
the only bit
garnish.
that's going to be good for you on the top. Let me get some as well.
Well, that looks a bit sexual.
That looks like you found a used condom in yours.
Oh, what's that?
That's a sausage casing.
Okay.
Delish. Let me have a mouthful.
Yeah. I had some pasta in there. But
it's sweet. Is that the tomato sauce that's made it so sweet?
It's hot. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Delicious. Ryan, do you like it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
It's worth taking up weed again. So I can be a bit high, man. And
why?
Because it's so yum. Actually, it doesn't matter because you eat tile cement when you're stoned, so this is really good.
Do you, Brendan? Well, thank you for that. This is, not surprisingly, delicious.
I give it how many thumbs up?
I've given it 100 Tasmanian thumbs.
Okay.
You hungry?
Starving.
It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. Never fancied a mouldy, bacteria-infested slab of meat?
Not a bad tucker, though.
Yum.
Fall off the bone.
That's what gets results.
Don't eat too much, though. Tends to give you diarrhea.
That is spectacular.
Good for the calorie conscious as well.
Absolutely, and for your heartburn as well.
Jam Nation.
Well, just a couple of years ago, Anthony Albanese, our Prime Minister, actually was in the lead up to the election, was greeted like this when he went out in public.
Gang of youths.
That's right. Chug, chug, we love you. So, on the weekend at the men's tennis final, when Anthony Albanese was introduced, he heard this.
Australian Prime Minister, the Honourable Anthony Albanese. The Deputy Victorian Premier, the Honourable Ben Carey.
It's tough, isn't it?
The Deputy Premier say, hang on, mate, I think that's for you.
It seems our Prime Minister might be fighting a battle to win Australia back, and he joins us this morning. Prime Minister, hello.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Great, Anthony. I just wonder, how does it affect you when you hear that? Because I know if I was in a room and everyone was just booing me, I think, what am I doing the wrong thing here?
Part of an Australian tradition is what I've heard before. And the difference is the year before, of course, someone yelled out, "Give us a wave, Albo," when I was on the screen, and I did a wave and people reacted very positively. I think that during a presentation, I've never yet seen anyone welcomed from public life during a presentation. That's fine.
It seems that, and I'm confused because there's lots of discourse around you having broken an election promise in these tax cuts, but the tax cuts are benefiting 90% of Australians. I'm confused at the rhetoric here.
Oh, exactly, because the opposition haven't got any criticism of substance. This is about every taxpayer getting a tax cut, all 13.6 million of them. And previously, if you earned under $45,000, you weren't getting a single dollar. But people like myself, politicians, were getting a very good deal. Now, this is about responding to the cost of living pressures that people are under. Your listeners, who are low and middle income earners, under pressure. And I have a responsibility as Prime Minister not to make the easy decision, but to make the right decision for the right reason. That's precisely what we have done here, so that people on the average income, which in Australia for an individual is $73,000, they'll get double the tax cut. For people on $130,000, where mum and dad are both working, they'll get more than double the tax cut. So providing that cost of living relief, you can't just identify the problem, you've got to do something about it. And my government's determined to do that.
And there's good news with inflation coming down. So Jim Chalmers alluded to a interest rate drop happening around May. Is that going to happen, do you think?
Well, that's a decision, of course, for the Reserve Bank. But yesterday's figures were really positive news. The monthly indicator dropping to 3.4% in the 12 months to December, down from 4.3%. A very good figure. Inflation moderating to 4.1% over the year in terms of the December quarter. That's down from 5.4% that in the September quarter. That is a very, very significant drop. And it shows that the government's plan, which is how do we provide cost of living relief whilst putting that downward pressure on inflation, is working. And that's the key to what we want to see, which is people being better off. In addition to that, the last 2 quarters we've seen real wages increase for the first time. Didn't happen under the previous decade, but now wages going up. We want to see people earn more, and we want to see them keep more of what they earn. And that is what our plan is.
It does seem that we are going down that American way of just being divided along party lines, that even if something is better for you, the fact that it's a broken promise is an easier argument to have. It's quite weird to see. Do you get alarmed that we're doing the same thing that America seems to be doing? There's no middle ground. You're for or against.
I am concerned about the conflict-based politics where the opposition just oppose everything. When I was the Labor leader, I did that. I used to say I'm the Labor leader, not the opposition leader, because my job is to do the right thing. So, for example, throughout the pandemic, even where we thought the government's measures weren't perfect, we said we won't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. And we we supported all of that. We supported the measures that were in place that we needed to do to get through the pandemic. And it is disappointing that all of the measures that we've put in place. Today's the 40th anniversary of Medicare, the birthday of the centre of our health system. And just one of the measures that we've put in place, the tripling of the bulk billing incentive, has meant that 360,000 additional people have seen the doctor for free as a result of that measure in just November and December. This morning, I'll be on the Central Coast visiting the urgent care clinic there. They've been incredibly successful. But all of those measures, cheaper medicines, have cost the budget $250 million, but they've really helped people, as have fee-free TAFE, cheaper childcare. Figures came out this week saying that on average costs have decreased by 11%. The energy price relief plan, all of these measures have made a difference, but this cost of living tax cut will make a big difference going forward. And I think that it should be supported by everyone in the Parliament because it's doing the right thing.
Yep. And I guess with that, it's all with the gift of hindsight. And when you think back to The Voice, would have you rather, if you had your time again, would have you wanted more bipartisan support from the opposition and you would have gone through with it, knowing what you know now?
Well, that's another example, frankly. The Voice wasn't my policy. It was something that came out of the Uluru Statement in 2017 after a 5-year process, most of which occurred under the coalition government. Peter Dutton appointed Julian Lisa as his spokesperson on Aboriginal affairs, but also as Shadow Attorney General. And he was a big supporter, of course. He resigned from the front bench as a matter of principle. That was a very courageous thing that Mr. Lisa did, and he has my respect. You've got to be able to be consistent. And it had both parties went to the election saying they supported constitutional recognition, and Peter Dutton saw an opportunity to wreck and went about doing so. And I think that is a lost opportunity. But we respect the decision. But I think, every measure that the government puts forward, the coalition, I say, have become the no-alition. They just say no to everything. And that's not a way to advance the country. And we see in the United States, we do see a real polarisation that is not helping them. It's not helping their economy. It's not helping their social cohesiveness either.
Yeah, and we don't want to go down the path of America. Well, Prime Minister, it's always great to catch up with you. Might I suggest next time you're at a big function, just scull a beer as they're about to yell your name out, because that seems to work.
Australians love it. Do a shoey.
No one's going to boo you doing that. So that's just my hot tip.
That would be the go.
That's the go, mate.
Even in Parliament, do a shoey.
Just scull a beer.
Do a shoey in Parliament. I think that might have a cut-through impact.
You'll definitely get another term out of that one. Anthony Albanese, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm only going to say it once.
Double A Chattery is back.
It's back for 2024. Episode 1 drops today.
What are you talking about?
Well, this is a podcast I do with my friend Anita McGregor. She's a forensic psychologist, and I am the idiot that does this job. And between the two of us, we cover a whole lot of stuff. Today's episode, it's a book actually I read over Christmas called Doppelganger. And it's by a writer called Naomi Klein. And she often writes about things that happen in society and our responses to them. And she's looking at what happened during COVID, because she's written before about in September 11 and how when shock happens, when we're all in collective shock, our brains get scrambled and there's a vacuum of thought. We can't make sense of what's going on, and it's very easy for that vacuum to be filled. And this is what's happened during COVID. The whole world was going through this, and the answers really, the people who were looking for some answers found them online, found them in that hole being filled with misinformation. So she's looking at why some people, we may have spoken to friends and family over Christmas, suddenly seem like they've been radicalised, suddenly seem like they've gone down the rabbit hole of QAnon, of anti-vax, of whatever it is. She looks at how the world divided and why, and it's really interesting. So we talk about all that stuff.
I'm looking forward to listening to it.
You can get it through iHeartRadio and, of course, at doubleachattery.com.
We break this story at 6 o'clock this morning. Breaking news. Brendan Jonesy Jones, local hero, finds bag of groceries.
And doesn't take it home. That was the shock.
They weren't.
Because he's taken home a cooked chook he found at the shops before.
They weren't perishable groceries anyway. all the people that work on this show have been trying to reunite these groceries with their owner.
Have you got some news?
There's news coming up next.
News
right after Fleetwood Mac.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
podcast.
The story started at 6 o'clock this morning. Out to dinner with the fambo last night. Someone had left a bag of groceries outside the restaurant, and I found these groceries. And they were non-perishable groceries. So let's bring up the barbecue chicken thing because that was perishable and it was going to go off. These products, and I did want to mention the products because I wanted to return them to the owner in a lost and found sort of thing. So I put an Instagram post out there and I returned said groceries back to the Woolworths store.
This is where I'm confused because you're at an Indian restaurant.
Yep.
The person
Moksha,
who left
by the way, they're really good in Janelli and they don't give me free food or anything, but they make good food.
The person who left them there, because your daughter saw what had happened and didn't realise this woman had left one of her bags behind. She had a stack of groceries, stopped in to pick up takeaway and left a bag behind. So why didn't you leave the groceries there? Because she will go, that's where I put them down when I picked up the thing.
But she might not have remembered that she left them there because she's a busy mum lady.
Yeah, but who thinks to go, I would never, Woolies must have 1,000 bags a day that people leave behind.
Well, I've been vindicated because I've got an email here.
You've been vindalooed.
From Grant, not yet, from Grant Cobcroft. Grant writes, if they'd done their job, it gets written in a left-behind book.
For how long? How long does Woolies hold your groceries if you've left them behind?
Well, we have from Woolies Metro in Janelli, Kim.
Hello, Kim.
Hello, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Kim, can I just ask this before we get to what's happened to this particular bag? Does this often happen that people leave a bag of groceries behind and get back in touch and say, do you still have them?
No, yes, it does happen, but not as often as you think.
Oh.
Okay. So
because people, I think, accept that, well, that's going back on the shelves.
We chase them down usually and give them back their bags.
Good. And so, Kim, I returned the bag last night. First question, did anyone claim it?
No, we haven't had it claimed yet, but it is still here.
Still here. So, second part of the question, Kim, there's a lot of cleaning products in there that I could certainly use.
Yes, there is.
So,
someone's not having their day. They're not cleaning today.
There seems to be a bit too suspiciously too many cleaning products.
Don't say they're a murderer.
Well, imagine if I've just thwarted a murder.
They might be moving out of an apartment or something. You just never know the scenario.
They're going to be washing a lot of dishes.
Right. So third part of my question, Kim, if no one claims these groceries.
Here we go, Kim. Jonesy's after it.
Am I entitled to them?
No, you're not.
What do you mean no? I returned them.
What's the policy there, Kim?
We would write them in a book.
Yep.
And we've printed off, we've got the receipt, and we would then make inquiries when they came back to claim it.
I think we have to have a weekly chat, Kim. Starting on this day.
Kim, can I ask this? If you were the shopper or the person who left the bag, so you've got bags of groceries, you go to an Indian restaurant to get some takeaway, you leave a bag there. If you go home and your groceries aren't there, would you think, I'll go back to Woolies to see if they've got them? Or would you go to the Indian restaurant? Did Jonesy take them from where they were useful and take them to where they weren't?
I'd go to the Indian restaurant first.
Yes.
Yeah, but I was at the Indian restaurant and we discovered, we talked to Lisa.
You've defied logic in your actions here.
Kim, last question. If you found a barbecue chicken in a shopping trolley and it was still hot.
In the car park, would you steal it?
No.
No one says
Kim,
yes to that.
You have been a great help to us today.
Thank you, Kim.
And I'm not
worries.
joking, we will be calling you this time next week, okay?
Leftovers.
We want closure.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
Jam
Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the goodies get together.
$20,000 cash could be yours at the end of the year if you're our favourite ghoulie of the year. But But tomorrow we are giving away our favourite ghoulie of the week. Gets a prize, a $200 Bay Vista dessert bar voucher.
What have we got today?
What gets my ghoulies is the word disability, because the word disability implies that no matter how hard you try, you cannot do something. And that is nonsense, because these so-called disabilities are really just additional challenges which require you to work extra hard to achieve your goals.
Yeah,
Nicely said. Nicely said.
Do you want to know what gets my ghoulies? Is the word sure. You ask your children, would you like some sauce with that? Sure. It has replaced yes, please. We've got a serious problem here, people.
It's true. Next, they're chucking milk at strangers.
Is that the thin edge of the wedge?
That's the
sure.
Sure.
Is your
That's where it
gateway horror.
That's it. Out with the bad and with the good. If you dipped out, doesn't matter. You can always contact us via the iHeartRadio app. It's 2 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email, or Facebook friend wins a deluxe wine tasting experience overlooking Bondi Beach, valued at $600. This is a 2-hour adventure by the Taste.
You also get that Jonesy Demanda tea towel and fridge magnet.
William McGuinness, famous Australian actor and author, was talking about the perm he had when he was a young man in the 70s. He didn't mean to get a perm. He had a crush on the girl at the hairdressing salon. He went in to get just a slight trim. She experimented on him. Neck minute, life-ending perm.
And what did his dad say?
His dad said, I jumped out of a plane and fought the Germans for this. The tribal drum was beating for tales of the perm.
You're looking like you just stepped out of a salon.
They were all disastrous stories. Here's Sarah from Newtown.
Went in to get a beautiful ringlet perm, kind of like Nicole Kidman in BMX Bandits. Loved it.
Yep.
Anyway, the apprentice put the curlers on and the chemicals came back and started taking the rollers out, but she didn't have to undo the front ones because all of my fringe snapped off, and I ended up leaving looking like Queen Elizabeth.
No! The big high forehead with no fringe.
Yes, horrible.
Horrible.
Mortified, I'll never forget.
Wanting to look like Nicole Kidman and looking like Queen Elizabeth I. Two very different redheads.
I think the consensus has come out. You just look like a dandelion if you get a perm.
Don't get a perm.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Ugly Phil is next with the best week of your life.
Yeah. We'll be back from 6 tonight for Jam Nation.
See you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, dear, from your eye.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
One swallow, drink, cheerio, chin, goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Jam Nation podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.